friends, great to have you back. Hope everyone is doing awesome. We are well into 2022 and it looks like this year is gonna be jamming. I think we're in store for a great year of music and events. So I wanted to drop this video before we all get a little busy and maybe give you another tool for your DJ toolbox. In this video, we're gonna talk about streaming. Now, this is quite a controversial topic amongst the DJ community and has received a ton of skepticism. I said I would never rely on music that didn't live directly either on my laptop or hard drive, and I would never risk my reputation on a Wi-Fi connection. However, with Beatsource LINK, you just may change your mind. So in this video, I want to talk a little bit about the service and show why this is absolutely the best streaming option for DJs. And I know because I've pretty much tried them all and canceled them. Beatsource LINK has really taken the time to address the needs and concerns of working DJs when it comes to streaming, which is why I wanted to feature this service, because I love it. I've actually been using this since November of 2021. I got a couple events under my belt and I wanted to do a little deeper dive now that I have some experience with it. Now, to be clear, I still bring a local hard drive filled with music. I still subscribe to my favorite record pools like Promo Only and X-Mix Remix. As long as I can have a physical copy of my music with me, I will. However, there may be a situation where I don't have something or want to deepen my catalog beyond what's available in my monthly pools. So as a streaming service, it's only going to be as good as it performs in a live situation. So a little later, I also want to demonstrate how Beatsource LINK works within virtual DJ, as well as what would happen if you lost internet connection, which is pretty much a DJ's worst nightmare. And I think where most of the hesitation comes from using a streaming service during a live event. But I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised. So let's dive into the future of streaming and take a look at Beatsource LINK. In an effort to keep this video as short as possible, I'm not going to do a deep dive into Beatsource LINK. Their website has a great Q&A section to answer pretty much any question you could have. There are a few things though that I did want to touch upon before we get into my video. So first, I found out about Beatsource LINK through a targeted Facebook ad. So shout out to the marketing department at Beatsource. Your ad worked and you got me. I came to their website, clicked on try it free, and I saw that it was a no commitment, cancel at any time service and no strings attached free trial. So I figured, what do I got to lose? Obviously, streaming is becoming the new buzzword, so I figured I would at least give it a shot and check out what it's about. So my first little thing I wanted to say, even if you have no intent on ever streaming at any event, I feel as a industry professional, you should at least be aware of the services and technology available to us. And if it's not for you, totally fine. So today's video is going to focus specifically on this Link Pro Plus plan. And the reason is everything that sets Beatport LINK apart from other streaming services is only included in this $35 a month plan. One of the most important features is going to be this 1,000-track offline storage, which is honestly what makes Beatsource LINK so special compared to other streaming services like Tidal and SoundCloud. Here you have the ability to store music offline in a locker. So this means you can access the music on demand with or without the internet. Their offline mode lets you save up to 1,000 tracks, which is a pretty extensive catalog, directly to your hard drive, so you can use this streaming service with absolute confidence, meaning you don't have to worry about tracks buffering, dropping out, skipping, or you not being able to access these songs at all. Like many of you, I was extremely hesitant to dive into any streaming service and rely on the internet during a live performance simply because it seemed crazy stressful and potentially disastrous. To emphasize my hesitancy, I live in a place where I still need a house phone, local venues, have little to no Wi-Fi, not to mention people are celebrating in very unconventional locations like barns and fields where I'm lucky to have power, let alone Wi-Fi or a viable hotspot. So this is a game changer for working DJs and lets you use a streaming service in all types of environments because you can store this stuff offline. One of the other key features of the Link Pro Plus plan is that it includes DJ edits. You will not find that in the $10 a month plan over here on the left. Now, Beatsource LINK was designed for working open format DJs, meaning there is a variety of genres and curated playlists that cater to all types of events and styles of DJing. To my understanding, Beatsource LINK is a joint collaborative effort between DJ City and Beatport, where they linked up, pun intended, to deliver one of the most diverse and versatile streaming services available. They are also one of the only streaming services to sign a deal with the major record labels, especially as DJs were going live and streaming on Facebook. There was a huge gap between the labels and how quickly technology was advancing, and Beatsource LINK obviously saw an opportunity to bridge that gap responsibly. So as a result, we now have access to this streaming service and legal official remixes, acapellas, instrumentals, custom DJ edits, intro, outro stuff, short edits, transition tools, and great elements to truly elevate your sets. Now, in my opinion, as a professional, I feel that we should be able to deliver something more unique and special than what an average consumer could hear on the radio or their preferred streaming platform. In general, as a DJ working in a modern market, you really are going to want these creative tools to elevate your sets. The Link Pro plan, in my opinion, is the only way to go because it has these essential features that allow you to stream the right way. And last, before we look at Beatsource LINK in Virtual DJ, I just wanted to pop onto the website to check out their awesome playlists. Beatsource LINK really has something special here because it allows you to DJ any type of event because they offer such an expansive catalog and it's open format music focused. So whether it's a house party, a corporate gig, a festival, or a wedding, they got you covered. There is something here for everyone. They even have a dedicated section to weddings. Every one of these playlists has bangers in here, so you can rock any crowd. We also have club and party sets, as well as global stuff, and of course the Link Essentials that cover everything from dance to Latin Afro beats. So if you aren't really confident in a certain genre, this is going to help you get familiar with proven staples. And even cooler is their search feature right up here at the top. So let's just say we're doing an 80s event. I type that in, hit enter, and then it's going to populate a bunch of results based on what I typed up here. So here we have track names, we have specific artists, and then of course those awesome playlists we were just talking about. We got everything from a hairband playlist to new wave to essential pop hits. So if this is not in your wheelhouse, you're definitely going to have access to those proven staples. And if you're a veteran, maybe there's a track or two you forgot about, so it's going to keep your sets fresh. This is great for all types of DJs, so whether you are a veteran or a beginner, there is tremendous value here. So for my newbies, if you don't have a big database built up yet, you can literally just log in and get playing and then get familiar with some genres as you kind of grow your knowledge and skill set. For my veterans, this is great for the odd request, and it also takes some pressure off of us thinking that we have to have every song ever made on our hard drive. So now if you get a request and you don't have it, you simply type it in and now you can stream it. This is also amazing because it cuts down on a lot of prep work. This is easy as just click on a playlist, hit save to library, and then the next time you log into your software, it's going to be there. Anything that allows us to be a little bit more adventurous and creative with our sets is a plus in my book, so Beatsource LINK has hit it out of the park with this. To get started, I want to drag a couple tracks using my Beatsource LINK account into Virtual DJ. What I want to test is how Beatsource LINK performs with internet and without. With internet, I want to make sure that anytime I drag a track, whether it's from my offline locker or one of these streaming folders, that the track loads instantly, that there's no buffering, there's no stuttering, that I have immediate access to my cue points, I can manipulate the stems, I can access any and all remix tools without any hesitation or delay. I think it's important that the experience using a streaming service is going to be just as good as pulling a song from their local database. Let me get a track loaded in Virtual DJ to see how these load and perform on command. In deck A, I'm going to start with my offline tracks. Again, these are cached so that they can be used with or without internet. When I dragged this up, it was instantaneous. I'm going to check out my hotkeys. Very responsive. No delay, no stuttering. I got my stems here. Working just fine. My effects are working. Alright, so we're good. No performance issues there with the offline cache track. Now in deck B, what I want to do is I'm going to pull a song from one of these curated folders from Beatsource LINK and stream directly from it, meaning these are not in my offline cache, so I'm using the internet in order to access this. So let me find a song that I can do a quick little mix here. This should work. Level out the BPM. Now keep in mind, I am literally just doing this mix with my mouse, so this isn't going to be anything fantastic. But you can see here, I dragged up this track from the streaming folder. There was no hesitation. I can instantly play this track. I can scrub. I can set cue points as needed. Let's check out the stems. Stems work while streaming. All my effects are working. Alright, very cool. So no performance issues at all while directly streaming from the internet. So now what I want to do is do a quick little live mix to pretend as if I were at an event doing a mix. What I'm really concerned about is what's going to happen with this Don Omar track in deck B when I lose internet connection. So I'm going to do a mix. I'm literally going to turn off the internet to my laptop and we're going to see what happens. So let's check this out. Alright, so the mix is going. Let me go turn off my internet here. So you're going to see I hit disconnect. So I have dropped my internet connection. I do not see any performance issues. Everything sounds good. Absolutely perfect. My hotkeys are still working even though I lost internet connection. Will it play all the way to the end? Let me scrub it forward and see what happens when the track ends. Do a little echo out here. Pretty awesome. So even though I lost internet connection, this song still played all the way through. So that if you have catastrophic internet failure, it's not just going to be dead silent. It's not just going to stop playing. You're not going to sound ridiculous in the middle of your set. So this would actually give you time to find another track in your offline locker since it's going to work without internet, or you can just start playing directly from your hard drive until you can get back online. I'm going to turn my internet back on to see how long it takes for Beatsource LINK to connect back to the internet to make these streaming tracks available. I can't play any of these because I don't have an active internet connection, so I want to see how long it takes for me to be able to have access to these again. Let's just say the internet at the venue went out, but now I want to swap over to maybe a hotspot on my phone, you know, how long that would take. So let me minimize virtual DJ. I'm going to come to my internet. I'm going to reconnect to my Wi-Fi. All right, looks like we are connected, so let's dive back into virtual DJ, and then I'm going to just go to a different folder, start dragging these, and wow, that was pretty quick. So there it is, instantly ready to play. I can start dragging these. That was super impressive. So not only does Beatsource LINK reconnect to the internet really quickly to give you access to your streaming folders, but it also will continue, as we saw, to play the song currently in the deck even if you drop internet connection. So I think this is really a solid option for DJs that want to get into streaming, and you can do so with confidence that the show will go on with or without internet. I think it's also worth mentioning that we don't lose any of the virtual DJ creature comforts when using it with Beatsource LINK. That was also really important to me that this would work just like using my hard drive with all the available features and convenient things that I have set up within my software. For example, you will see here 3 different colors on the tracks, and this is in the Essentials Latin Edits folder in Beatsource LINK. So I have set up in Virtual DJ to have some color rules. Anything in red means I've already played it. So after about 30 seconds, the software is going to automatically turn the font of that track red to let me know that it's a track I've already played. Now, without doing this, Virtual DJ lets you know you played a song by this little red slash here, which is really hard to see, especially if you're quick mixing. So I wanted something a little bit more bold and obvious. Now, this cyan color here lets me know that the songs in this color are key compatible with what's currently playing in the deck. The point I'm trying to make here is all my virtual DJ customizations are working directly with Beatsource LINK perfectly. I also wanted to make sure that this worked with Automix. Engage Automix. You're going to see that the next track is going to seamlessly start. More, scrub to the end. So Automix works perfectly with Beatsource LINK as well. And I was also super impressed that it works with Sandbox. So check this out. So again, I'm using a track from my Essentials Latin folder, streaming it from Beatsource. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna activate Sandbox. So now it has moved this track up into this player here. So now, if I manipulate this in any way, I can hear it in my headphones, but you, my audience, don't really realize what I'm doing. Now, as soon as I disengage Sandbox and go back to doing that, now you're going to hear how I'm manipulating the track. So this allows a DJ to essentially make custom edits on the fly, set cue points on the fly. You can kind of preview it and set, all right, maybe I want to mix out at this point without the audience even knowing what you're doing. So the whole point of what I'm trying to put down here is Beatsource LINK acts just as if you were using your hard drive. There is no sacrifice in the experience or the creature comforts offered by Virtual DJ. It really is a seamless experience. That's it for today. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope this was an eye-opener for some of you who weren't familiar with Beatsource LINK, or those of you who were hesitant to consider a streaming option like I was. Hopefully this also demonstrated how advanced streaming has become and that it can be a great option to expand your database and creativity. This isn't going to replace my hard drive, and I still believe in physically owning my music, but having Beatsource LINK will be in my bag of tricks and allow me to better service my clients. So thanks again. I'll see you next time. And as always, happy mixing, DJs.